allow me to present to you another angle of consciousness. And remember, this is neither right nor wrong. It's just another angle of consciousness, another ray of the sun that is hitting my receiver. When I say, that I am God, by the way, you are too. Whatever I am speaking about myself is true of all of humanity. When I say I am God and that my soul is God, I'm going to try and articulate the psychological effect of that. I know it seems similar when people say, I relate to my Heavenly Father as God. I don't see myself as God, or I don't see my soul as God. And that works too. Like I say, that's just a different kind of consciousness, however you make it work. But in this particular instance, I'm wondering, do you ever accuse yourself to God? Because God, as a separate being, as your Father in heaven, as your overseer, as your parent, do you ever talk shit about yourself to your Heavenly Father? Do you accuse yourself? I know when I was in the belief of, being a separate being from God, I was constantly checking myself, questioning myself, berating myself, being really hard on myself, that I wasn't measuring up, that I wasn't good enough. I was never good enough for God, never worthy of His attention. And I know that was all based and built in my childhood trauma and the trauma of past lives, etc., etc. We've all went through our share of difficult times, and it shaped our soul. So that's my point, right? With God as my Father, as my parent, just like our earthly parents, we're separate, and we complain about ourselves to God. All of our praying and petition to become a better person is because we accuse ourselves to our Father, to our parent. And that creates a brick wall that I have found was impossible to get over or breach. So I could never get rid of this self-deprecating habit of seeing myself as someone lesser, at a different level. But when my consciousness shifted and I had that epiphany, that aha of I am that I am. I am that. I am. I am God. I am everything. It shifted. And because of this I am everything, my soul is everything. My soul is God. It dissolved this nagging thing in me where I was accusing myself before God. My soul now never accuses myself anymore. Instantly, I'm in the awareness that I am God having a human experience. I have no father or no God to complain to about myself, about not measuring up, about not being good enough. My soul is God. Even though in my human experience, my mind perceives this experience and my identity as limited, I can instantly access my God source consciousness before I go into this self-deprecating rant and self-accusing depreciation of myself. I can instantly neutralize that by realizing my soul is God, and I have nothing negative to say about my soul to my soul. You see how that works? So it eliminated that stage of, well, what I just said. No more separation, no more separated as a lesser being from a higher God. Because in that duality of higher and lesser, higher or lower, that is where the judgments come in. That provides that window for judgment. Judgment of self and judgment of others. But when you are conscious that you are everything and that everyone else is everything, you can just let that be as it is. And all you have to do then is monitor and master your own awareness. Stay tuned into your ego that's constantly trying to pull you into duality, into accusation, into judgment, into condemnation, into depreciation. Watch that one. Become aware of that one. Then you'll do well. You'll do well. I hope this makes sense and expanded your consciousness a little bit more.